15 seconds till I'm on the air.
We are 107.9 The Link. It's me and brother.
How y'all doing?
We're here at WBTV because a very special lady has offered to observe and learn from her in her natural setting. By which I mean the one and only Holly Hayes.
Hayes.
Holly Hayes.
Hello. Hi.
Holly Hayes
How are you?
of WBTV and 107.9 The Link.
I'm just setting up my shift. Where's the camera? Where am I even looking?
You're right here.
I know, I see me, but where am I looking? Is this the camera over here? I want to make sure I'm looking at
That's
the right...
the camera.
Oh, hi!
And we are at WBTV with Miss Holly Hayes. Y'all already saw her. That's Bob and Shirley from the morning show.
Sherry.
Bob and Sherry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm going to call her Shirley from now on now.
Please don't. Oh, Lord.
Well, you know, Carson Daly back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. to count down 30 hottest hits of the week. It's called the Daily Download. It's right here at 107.9 The Link. Here's Pearl Jam's daughter. Ed Sheeran now on Charlotte Lane. It's the outfield on Charlotte Lane.
What's up, y'all? We are about to do our interview with Holly Hayes. And I'm more excited than I can ever be. Thank you, Holly. Adios. Amigos.
So we'll just ask you the question.
Okay.
So,
All right.
So, Miss Holly Hayes.
Yes.
So, my first question to you. What was your first song you ever played in radio?
Gosh, in radio altogether?
Yes.
I read the songs a long time ago. I don't remember what the first song I ever played in radio, but I know what the song I played at the Link was.
Okay.
The first song I ever played at the Link was Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5 with Christina Aguilera.
We got the moves like
Exactly.
Jagger.
So every time I hear it now, I think about it because I've been here 7 years.
How long have you been in radio?
Oh my God, I've been in radio since 1991. So how many years is that? 27 years?
27.
I'm old, people. 27 years in radio.
She thinks she's old.
I'm old.
So was it tougher? Back then than it is now coming up in radio?
I would say it's tougher now.
You say it's tougher.
It's tougher now to get in radio.
Well, I mean, yes, with everybody in digital media and everything like that. But I'm saying, as a woman, was it tougher?
It's easier now to get into radio. Back then, it was a little bit harder. I'm not saying I paved the way for all these women because there were women in radio for sure, but it was just not as common as it is today to have women full time on the air.
That's too bad because I like hearing a woman's voice on radio. It's more soothing.
Yeah.
What was your best and worst memory in radio?
Gosh, there's so many good memories. The worst, I'll tell you the worst. There were two. One was being on the air when the crew of the Columbia space shuttle were coming back in to our atmosphere and the space shuttle disintegrated. And you have to get on the air and kind of report that and tell people about that, which makes radio not fun. And being on the air right after 9/11.
Oh.
Because at that time, of course, that was probably the worst. And that time you have to give top of the hour reports. And so you kind of, people go to radio to escape what's happening in the world. So when you have to bring the harshness of reality to your radio show, it kind of puts a damper on things. And it's not fun to report that. You're playing music, but talking about this devastation. So it puts a very awkward spin on radio.
Now, you are a mom.
I'm a mom.
So, I gotta ask, is it tough juggling mom with being Holly Hayes from 107.9 Link?
Yes. Well, I'm not cool to them, like, when people, like hear me on the radio, they think it's cool that I'm on the radio, or my friends think it's cool that they have a friend that's on the radio. My kids have nothing like that. They don't think I'm cool at all. So at home, I'm just mom. It's I juggle with family and move that. I struggle with family and jobs just like any other mom would, whether you have a career, you know, in an office or a doctor or a nurse or whatever. So I struggle with the juggle of maintaining a household with 3 kids and being home for them and working. So right now I'm lucky to work part-time here, so it kind of helps me out.
So like, since you work here part time, does that mean it's easier to take vacations?
Yes. Yeah.
I got a question.
You got a question? Okay.
What made
Say it
you
loud,
fall
say it
in
loud.
love with this? Like,
What made me fall in love with radio?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I knew I wanted to be a radio DJ when I was 8 years old. And the reason why I was so young was my brother is a radio DJ and he's 18 years older than me. And for my 8th birthday, he played a song for me on the radio. And he made my mom put me in front of the radio and listen to the radio. And he said, "This is for my baby sister who's turning 8 years old today. Happy birthday, I love you." And he played Joe Cocker, "You Are So Beautiful." And I thought it was my brother singing to me on the radio. And then my mom said, "No, it's not your brother, it's a guy." And I said, "Oh my God, he hired someone to sing to me." And she's like, "No." And then she had to explain to me that it was an artist that was already recording this song. But anyway, the whole magic of that, hearing my brother's voice, first of all, in that box, and then hearing my name on the radio, I knew what I wanted to do at that
So
point.
that was pretty much the moment you
That was the moment.
knew that you wanted to do this.
Yeah, yeah,
That is magical.
it is pretty magical.
I ain't got no
That's-
stories like that.
That's a great moment right
That
there.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's
On
a
my
good
on
one.
my wedding day, the DJ played that song for me and my brother to dance to.
That was
Everyone,
nice.
everyone that knows the story was crying, bawling their eyes out. Oh my God!
Oh.
It's a cute story.
So where's your brother now?
He is in Naples, Florida, but he still works on the air. He does a radio show via his computer, but he's broadcasting in Dallas, Texas. So he
Whoa.
does country radio in Dallas, Texas, every day, and he does it right out of his home in Naples.
And then he gets to turn on the radio, listen to his little sister on the radio.
That's right.
That is awesome.
I know, it's pretty cool.
Y'all should give a shout out to
Did
each
you
other.
did you learn like anything from him, like, or did you learn it on your own?
Well, I had to learn it on my own. I would go watch him when I could. He lived in different states when I was
Mhm.
growing up, so I would go watch him on the radio, and I would love to be like him. But for the most part, you have to learn on your own because I can't copy what he does.
Yeah.
You know. So
But do you give
I
you
try to-
like tips of how to do,
no,
how to be?
no. We're so many years apart in age that we've never even lived in the same house together because he was out of the house when I was born.
Oh man.
So it's kind of funny that we ended up being the most alike. But he's
that
always
is
supported
funny.
me, but didn't really have any advice for me.
That's funny.
No, but really though, have y'all two ever like given a shout out like this to my big brother?
No,
Aw.
no.
That'd be cool though.
That
if you
would be
did
kind of
that.
cool. It's like reach across the air. It's like I feel you.
I feel you. I feel you from across the airwaves. Yeah.
I can't touch you, but I feel you.
Right. So what was your best memory here at 107.9?
Oh gosh, we have a lot of memories here. 1079 The Link. I don't know. I think my best memory is my first day here. I was very nervous because before I came here, I had done voice tracking, which is when you record your shift. I did that for over 5 years at K104.7 here in Charlotte. So my first day here, I was very nervous to go live. I hadn't been live in a very long time. And there's a guy here that works here. His name is Chris Cooper. He's a part-timer, and he was so friendly and helpful to me. I made him stay for my first couple breaks just so I could have like someone there to comfort me. So it's really, that's my biggest memory is just having him help me out my first day and having my friends come visit me when I'm at work, having my students come visit me when I'm at work. I like that too.
I mean, because it really is like a family here.
It
you
is.
know?
Radio is definitely a family, no matter where you
It's
go.
comforting too.
Yeah.
So, as you as a career woman, is this the end for Holly Hayes? Have you reached your ultimate goal, or is this what's in the future for
I
you?
don't know. I mean, now that my kids are kind of grown and 2 of them are in college, I could probably go back to full-time radio if I wanted to. So I don't know. I don't want to be put out to pasture just yet. I'm kind of old for the industry, but I still think I got some good radio years left in me. So if I was offered full-time somewhere right now, I could probably have the opportunity to take it. Whereas before when I had kids, I couldn't.
You are not old. Quit saying that.
Okay.
But last question.
Okay.
Promise. Last question. Sadness.
Uh-oh, sadness.
So, looking back, is there anything you would do differently about your career?
I don't like to ever say I would do anything differently. You know, when you change one thing, you change the entire
Outcome?
future. Yep. You take, if like that whole saying of if you pull one thread, you unravel the whole blanket or quilt, right? So I don't want to ever do that. If I wanted to succeed more in radio, meaning go to different bigger markets, I would have not done the kid thing. Once you have kids, you are pretty much committing yourself to staying put for a while. So, but I don't regret having my kids, so it happened the way it was supposed to happen.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, I want kids by the age 30, so...
I
Barbara,
think
we're
I
going to
have
have to talk about that. No.
I have to talk after this song.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Miss Holly Hayes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for the great interview.
So there you have it, our time at 107.9 The Link. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, WBTV. And thank you, 107.9 The Link.